Learning sight words does not have to be boring, and it's certainly not all about memorization.
So today I'm going to share with you 3 really fun and easy sight word games that you must play. Hey fun people! Welcome back to Aja. If you're new here, hi, my name is Aja. I'm a curriculum specialist that specializes in helping parents and teachers just like you make learning as fun and engaging as possible. And sometimes we do this through really cool games. And today I'm going to share with you 3 really fun sight word games. So let's just get right into it. Now, learning sight words is a huge part of the science of reading philosophy. And in order to learn sight words, kids must be exposed to what these words look like and what they sound like. So our first game does just that. And our first game is called, pardon the interruption, but I just had to let you know that I do have a free, yes, free, sight word charades games. The link is down below in the description and also in the comments. You simply divide up everybody into teams and then have them act out their sight words. Alright, let's go jump into the first game. Guess what? Have you ever gone to somebody and say, guess what? Alright, so guess what is a digital learning game that allows kids to see sight words and then say that sight word, then they're able to hear just if they got the sight word correct. Now with this game, you have tricky animals that have run around and hid all the sight words. The object of the game is to collect all the sight words. For every sight word that a child says correctly, they get a point. Of course, whoever has the most points wins, or you can tell children that they must collect all the sight words in order to win. There are actually 40 guess what games so that you're able to have all 1,000 fry sight words. Now let's say you want to play this guess what game in the middle of differentiated learning centers. You can have 2 kids play at a time, and there's actually a printout where one child can actually check off if another child states each sight word. Now if you're playing with one child, have them beat their high score. Of course, like I said, there's over 1,000 fry sight words, so kids can actually graduate by the hundreds. Now sight words are high frequency words, have always been used in the history of reading, hence the science of reading. And in the history of education, there have been many different philosophers that have come up with their own high frequency word list. So we just talked about the fry sight word list when we dealt with the guess what game. But now let's talk about the Dolch sight word list. Our next game deals with the Dolch sight word list, and our next game is called 4 Corners. It is another on-screen digital learning game. But in this game, kids actually hear a sight word being said, and then they have to identify that sight word. So they will have to identify that sight word in a list of 4 different words, and then kids will actually be able to walk to that different corner of the room. Now, you're probably like, walk to the side of the room? What are you talking about? Let me explain how 4 Corners is played. With 4 Corners, you will have 4 sheets of paper labeled A, B, C, and D. You will tape those sheets of papers to different corners of the room. When kids hear a sight word being said, they simply must walk to the corner of the room that correlates with the word they think matches that sight word. Then the answer will be revealed and kids get to see if they were actually in the correct corner of the room. Of course, for every sight word kids get correct, they get a point. And then you get to see who had the most points. And just like the last game, if you're playing with one child, have them beat their high score. Now with the Dolch sight word list, Dolch does not include any nouns, so I created a game just for the Dolch noun sight word list. And coming in at game number 3 is Swat the Bug! So Swat the Bug is filled with all these cute little bugs that all have different nouns on them. What you'll need to do is print out the bugs, and then you can kind of lay them on a sheet of paper. You can also make this game even more fun by getting some good old fly swatters. Kids must be able to hear a sight word and then also identify that sight word. Go ahead and pick out some bugs that your kids have already had a good amount of practice with. This way they're not overwhelmed. Playing with a group, you will select one person, or if playing with one child, you will be that person. That person will simply call out a sight word, and all players must use the fly swatter or use their hand to find that bug. Now once they find the bug, they swat that bug. Whoever was the first person to swat the bug, that means their hand is on the bottom, get to collect that bug. Whoever has the most bugs at the end of the game wins the game. If you're playing with one person, make them go until they collect all the bugs themselves. So if you want all 40 Guess What games, the Four Corners games, and the Swat the Bug games, you can go ahead and save some money by downloading the Sight Word Game Bundle. I should make that a song. The link is down below in the description and also in the comments. And while you're downloading your games, comment below and let me know which one of these games are you eager to play with your children. If you want to know more about sight words and reading, go ahead and check out this video. I'll see you guys in the next video.